Hello, hello. What's up, glow getters? Where's everybody at? I know I'm very late tonight. Hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, Rachel. Thank you. Trying a new look. How's everybody doing? How is your Sunday? What's going on? Oh, I let it over there. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. What's happening, peeps? Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling it. Kind of feeling it. Tried something a little bit different with the makeup and, you know, new year, new me, new do, new vibes, everything new. I mean, it's all fine and good a weekend, but we'll see how long this lasts. Hey, Rhonda, thank you. Happy New Year to everybody. How was your holiday? How was your festive, as they call it? I hope you guys all had a really good time and were safe and made good choices. Nice, Rachel. That's a good day. That's a good day. Deep cleaning something and vibing out to your jams. Yeah. Thank you, Rhonda. Yeah. What did you do? Did anybody do anything fun for New Year's? I didn't. I stayed home. But I got dressed up like I was going out. A lot of you probably saw the picture that I posted on Facebook on New Year's Eve. So that's what I got up to during the day. And then, yeah, just kind of, I didn't even watch any. Hey, brother. What's up, Skooks? How you doing? How you living? Yeah, I didn't even watch any of the New Year's stuff that usually I would watch. Because let's face it, I'm old, so I don't go out and do the party thing like I used to. And obviously this year wasn't that different for that, but usually there's, you know, something going on. I'm with somebody, but I spent it by myself and it was actually quite nice. But I didn't have the heart to watch the New Year's stuff because I knew either way I'd probably feel something. You know, if I saw a lot of people in Times Square, I'd be like, no, ma'am, not this year. But then seeing Times Square empty, which I ended up catching, I think the last like 5 minutes of one of the rebroadcasts later, because for some reason I stayed up until like 3 o'clock in the morning. But I caught the last 5 minutes of like a rebroadcast of the you know, the countdown and stuff. And yeah, they showed Times Square during the countdown and my heart was a little bit sore. It really was. I was like, oh no, this is why I didn't want to watch, because there's nobody there. I mean, I'm a people watcher. I love people watching. So, you know, I mean, even though they don't spend a whole lot of time in the crowds, it's usually the acts and whatever else that's happening. But I just, yeah, I couldn't do it. So yeah, so I just kind of hung out, listened to my tunes by myself, had some wine or 2 bottles. And then, yeah, stayed up until some ungodly hour and then went to bed. So that was, yes. That clubbing and thriller walking and, you know, that whole scene is definitely best left for the 20 somethings. And if you don't know what thriller walking is, this is something that my sister and I coined this term, thriller walking, because sometimes you see these girls, these ladies, and they're walking in shoes that are impossibly high. So their feet are at weird angles. So you just know their toes are being pushed up against the front of the shoe. And walking around with that all night long, imagine what their toes are actually going to look like, all cramped up, kind of like the hands in the Thriller video. You know? You guys know what I'm talking about? Those weird, like, dead hands, like their toes probably look like that. And they have to pry those shoes off at the end of the night because now their feet are swollen and, you know, they've probably been a little bit sweaty. So now they're suctioned in there. So it's a task getting them out. But once the feet are free, you know, it takes a few minutes for the toes to, like, stretch out and be normal again. They probably have to do a bit of a massage or whatever. So anyway, that's what thriller walking is when they end up with feet that look like the hands from Thriller. And I definitely have given that up. Totally lurching. Exactly. So yeah, so that's the term that me and my sister use. And now, I mean, we're horrible, terrible people. No, we're not really, but because we all do it. Come on, I know you guys do it too. When you see someone and you can just tell already your feet hurt. I don't know how long you've been in them dogs, but your feet hurt. And it like, we'll just walk and one of us will hum Thriller or sing it or whatever. And then we'll start looking like where, because it's going to be so obvious. But anyway, that's awful. Yeah, so I hope that you guys had a great New Year's. I'm definitely excited for this year, what's to come, what's coming, what it has already come, even though we're only, you know, a few days in. I definitely am feeling some positive forward motion vibes. So, you know, it's going to be a good one, I think. You know, we're still dealing with a lot of stuff and that's not going to go away right away. You know, I'm sorry for anybody who thought, excuse me, that they were going to wake up and on January 1st and poof, everything's, you know, sorted and fresh and back to normal or, you know, whatever. That was never going to happen. So we're still dealing with some stuff, but I think just overall progress this year is definitely going to be a year of learning, you know, like that personal growth and learning that we have to do in order to evolve and to grow. So I definitely feel like, that's what this year is all about, but I think we're good. Like, I think we're going to get there. So let's get into some cards. I know I started late tonight. The orange juice catastrophe was basically that I was getting a glass of OJ to kind of have on hand. Because sometimes during these lives, especially with the incense going and everything else, I get a bit of a dry throat and then I suffer through it because I never think to get something to drink. So I decided today was going to be orange juice and Spirit was like, no, it should be water. So the whole glass of orange juice spilled on my hardwood floor and, yeah, I kind of just didn't want that to stay and stick while I'm with you guys and have to deal with it after. So I thought I'll take the extra 15 minutes and just, you know, sort that out. So everything's fine. It's all good. I now have non-sticky, I mean, it is a glass, like an actual glass, but we'll see. So I'm ready to go. All right, let's get into some stacks, ladies and gents. So I'll hold up the stacks as I do. Stack number 1, which is the stack on the left. That is the green one. Here we go. I'll do the Vanna White. Stack number 2 was the purple stone. And that was the center one. Let's do Vanna White. And stack number 3 is the blue stone. Yeah, the blue stone. Vanna White. So if you're just joining or if you hadn't picked a stack yet, please feel free to either go check the earlier post with the 3 stacks or, you know, just listen to the messages. And if something resonates with you, then it was meant to be. That's that. So we are just going to read stack number 1. Let's see. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay. So stack number 1, we have the tree. The solar plexus chakra, and the magician. So I am going to start with the solar plexus chakra, the chakra card, just because this kind of sets the tone for the energy of this entire stack, of this message in particular. The solar plexus chakra, so for anyone who doesn't know, the solar plexus chakra is the energy center that is located between the base of your rib cage and your belly button. So it's that sort of gut area. Now, the solar plexus chakra, or some people for short call it the plexus chakra, so I will too. This is where your willpower and your self-confidence comes from. This is also where part of your intuition comes from. So when people say your gut, that gut feeling, that is definitely your sacral and your solar plexus chakra. It also has to do with, your grounding in that. Usually it's the root chakra that's really about the grounding, but that kind of, the energy sort of travels, right? So solar plexus is about, like I said, it's about our self-confidence, our willpower, our drive, our ambition. So this card coming out is telling me that some of us need to unblock this area. We need to unblock this energy center because it's preventing us from moving ahead, growing and succeeding, because we're losing that confidence. We're losing that faith in ourselves. So it's time to do some work to unblock that. Hey, Marnes. We need to unblock that. So that we can get this. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? So, meditating, I'm always going to talk about meditating. I don't know if any of you have seen the Disney movie Soul. If you have not, I absolutely 100% recommend that you watch that show, because it explains so much of what I talk about in these lives and with you guys one-on-one, those that I work with, one-on-one sessions and that. A lot of what I talk about in terms of, us having spiritual guides and shadow work and just all of that. But the part that really resonated with me was about meditation. Now they're not calling it that in the movie, because this movie, it's definitely for adults, but it's a great way to have spiritual conversations with your kids, because it explains things in sort of a context that kids can understand, even though the message is very much relevant to adults. Your purpose and your dreams are not the same thing. And sometimes when you achieve your dreams, you're like, oh, this is it. It's not what I thought it was going to be, and things change. So I strongly recommend that movie. But I brought it up because of the meditation piece to it. And the main character is a musician, and he has this discussion with, I'm going to call them his spirit guides, about getting into the zone. They're showing him what happens to us when we get into the zone. And I wish I'd written it down. I'm going to watch the movie again, probably many times, but he said something about it's that space between the physical world and the spirit world. When we're doing something in the physical world, but it almost takes us out of that, but we don't quite hit the spirit world yet. You know what I'm saying? So That to me is the definition of what meditation is. And it's why I like this example of it is because he achieved that by playing his music, by playing his piano. So when I talk to you guys about meditating, I am literally not telling you to sit in the lotus position on a hard floor and say, until you feel something. Hell no, I don't do that. I don't have time for all that, first of all. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. However, I do play music. And when I'm at my piano or when I'm singing to myself, I get to that place. I reach that in-between place between here and there. And that's exactly what meditating is. That's the purpose of it, and that's what it is. So, meditating to unblock this particular energy center so you can find your confidence, so you can achieve these dreams. You guys, if you can, do it. Do it. And you can, because it also doesn't take an hour and a half. You don't have to be on some weekend retreat to achieve this Zen, You can literally take 5 minutes. We all have 5 minutes. Hell, if you can sit on the toilet and take a shit. Sorry to be crass, but I'm just saying, you can meditate while you're getting that done, because what the hell else are you doing? Throw some music on, light a candle, light a match, and have at it. But it's about finding that center, finding that mindfulness that just lets you be in your own, sit in your own energy, sit in your own presence, and you will start to feel where things are wrong. Things will be, this is where, because you're so close to the spirit world, but you're still in the physical world, this is where your spirit guides can talk to you and say, girl, you need to get it. Yeah, I'm telling you, you got to light a candle. You have to light a candle. But, it serves several purposes. Let's just put it that way. So, but however you can achieve that zone feeling, do it. Because that's how things like this happen. You don't have to consciously be thinking, I gotta unblock my sacral or my solar plexus. I gotta unblock it. You don't have to do any of that. No, just sit in silence. If silence gets you in a zone, do that. If washing your dishes or folding your laundry gets you in your zone, do that. Whatever it is where that gets you to that sort of middle ground where you're completely at peace, but still connected to yourself. That's what you need to do. That's what meditating is. Okay. Moving on. So, solar plexus, yes, we need to unblock that. The reason being that we have the tree. And the tree is about, the tree symbolizes that there are deep roots within us. Things are deeply rooted within us. Our dreams, our goals, our ambition, our fears, all of it is deeply rooted. None of the things that we think and feel, I shouldn't say none of them are from right now, because they are, but a lot of what we think and feel, we have carried forward from previous lives. We've carried forward from our childhoods, because we're all adults here. We have, it's this pre-programmed thinking that leads us to our fears and all this stuff. So because this has come out, and then it came out with this, it's making me feel like we're fearing the unknown, yet deep down we already know. On a spiritual level, we already know where we're going to get to. We already know what we can achieve. So this fear and this lack of self-confidence that we're allowing ourselves to have is completely unnecessary, and it's a total waste of our energy and our time, because we got roots like bloody trees that are they're deep and they're still growing. Even though we can't see it, it's still growing. And it's time for us to grow. It's time for us to take those steps to that growth. We've just said goodbye to one of the shittiest years any of us has ever probably experienced. I mean, I know there's worse things than a global pandemic, and, you know, hopefully we're all safe and we're all healthy. So I'm not trying to minimize what else has gone on, but this has been a pretty crazy year for this stuff. The fear and everything else that we're constantly living in, you know, is real. But I'm hoping that we are in the process of, if we haven't already, left that energy behind, and now we're ready for forward motion. We're ready for 2021 to bring back some normalcy, to bring back some positivity, to enhance and enable growth for all of us. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know what you guys are hoping for, but that's what I'm hoping for. And I'm doing it. I'm making it happen, because if I can't just sit here and be all like, okay, well, I guess, I don't know, whatever, right? But this is also saying that we've already planted the seeds, right? A tree doesn't grow overnight. You know, you might get a sprout overnight depending on how mature the seeds were or whatever else, how fertile the ground, I don't know, whatever. But all of it takes time, and that tree is not gonna be, those seeds that we planted today or yesterday or last week or last year aren't gonna be this big bushy tree. We've got to go through the stages. So being fearful of what we think we cannot accomplish is pointless, because we are already sowing the seeds to make it happen. Now we just got to sit and wait, but not wait idly. We still have to do the work. We still have to keep our energies clear and unblocked and flowing freely, so that these seeds that we planted have room to take root within us. Boom. And then, to wrap it all up in a nice little package, we've got the Magician. And literally, you guys, the Magician is about us believing in our own bloody magic. We believe in our own magic. A tree doesn't need anything else to grow. You throw the seeds in the ground, the universe does the rest, right? The universe is going to water it with rain. It's going to nurture it with sunshine. It's going to give it magic and mystery through the moon. It's going to test its immunity through the winter and through the summer when it gets really hot and there's, you know, droughts and all that. It's going to make it shed stuff in the fall. It's going to make it go through change and transformation. It's going to give it life, give it new birth, new growth, rebirth in the spring. The universe is doing all that. We didn't have to do anything but plant the bloody seed. This is backing that up. The Magician already has everything he needs, or she needs, to make the magic. It's already within him. I'm going to call it a him because that's what the card, that he looks like a dude. You know, if you guys have been paying attention to the symbols and whatever that have come up in other decks and stuff, this guy has it all. He's got the cup. He's got all four suits, if you will, represented here, right? He's got the cup. He's got the sword. He's got the wand going this way, and he's got the pentacle. I don't know what this is. I mean, I don't know if my young niece is watching, but I'm going to say it anyway. Cover her ears for a second. It looks like a two-sided dildo. I don't know. That could be magic too for somebody. I'm just saying. He's got it all, though. He's got flower power. He's got his robes for protection. Like, I mean, dude's got it. He's got it, right? So he's not worried about what he doesn't have here. He's like, I'm conjuring. Okay, fine, Marnie. Be logical about it all. It's a scroll. I'm just saying. Have a good look at that. What does that look like? But anyway, you guys get my point. And it kind of backs up what the tree is all about. We did what we needed to do. We planted the seed. Now the universe is helping us. They're co-creating with us to make sure that that tree grows. But that's the important part here, is that we have to still work with the universe. When we're blocked, the universe is like, nope, I can't get through. Sorry, line's busy. Call back another time. We're experiencing higher than expected call volumes. So yeah, so that's the message for you guys who picked the green stone, which was the stack on the left, is to trust that you've already got the magic within you. Use what you have. I don't think I said that, but that's really what the magician is also about too, is use what you already have. You already have it all anyway. Just use it. And make sure that you're flowing freely. Your energies are flowing freely so that the universe has room to work with you. Okay. Moving on, stack number 2. I think there's a couple of you that picked this one, which was the purple stone, the amethyst. This one, the green one, is jade, by the way. Yeah, I love this. I love this stack. I don't know. I love this one. So here we go. Who's ready? Hold on. Okay. So card number 1 is the Coffin. And it is a morbid card, but the message is quite morbid as well. This card is talking about some of us are going to be forced into transformation and change. The universe is stepping in because they're tired of us waiting and wondering and, hesitating, I guess, is a good one, and missing the signs that they keep sending us to be like, nope, time to move on, time to do this, time to do that. So they're going to step in and they're going to do it for us. And when the universe steps in, when spirit steps in on our behalf, it's because we need to be course corrected. So we've steered so far off course that they have no choice. Because in general, we have free will. Right? We've got free will. So spirit can't mess with that. They can't take that free will away from us. Right? So, but if we're not listening to what they're trying to tell us through signs, symbols, numbers, color, like all of it is symbolic. If we're missing it, then eventually we get off course. And when that happens, spirit has to step in and start killing shit. Start mummifying and burying that shit. So we can't get to it anymore. We have no choice but to end it and let it go. So there are going to be, especially if you were drawn to this stack, there are going to be some endings. There is going to be a rather uncomfortable transition, but my advice to you is to feel the feels, deal the deals, because here's what's coming. And this is where I'm like, yes. So right away, my favorite card in this deck showed up, and she just does happen to also be the Aquarius card. Swords are the air signs. The Queen of Swords. And she is all about strength and independence. And you don't get to that point in life, strong physically, mentally, emotionally, and independent without being logical. So she's the queen of logic as well. She'll cut you. She will cut you. If you don't fit in her shit, she will cut you. I love her too, Rachel. But she's fair. It's not like she's just cutting randoms for no reason. She's fair. But the bigger, especially in this, she's strong and she's independent. So these things that we thought we couldn't live without, she's showing up and she's saying, oh, so spirit cut that, did they? Well, guess what? You didn't need that shit anyway. You didn't need it. You've got abundance and blessings, just blessings around you. These red flowers, that's that for me. That's what that says for me. And it's like, yeah, these are all in bloom, but you still got shit that hasn't even bloomed yet. So what you worrying about these? Actually, these ones are half dead already. Everybody knows most flowers, once they bloom, that's it. Now they're closer to the end than the beginning. When they're still like this, as long as we take care of them and do what we need to do, there's still a whole lot of life going on here. And that's what she's coming out to say. Like, you're crying, you're holding funerals and whatnot for this crap. You got unbloomed, unblossomed flowers going on here. What the hell are you doing? There's blessings and abundance coming to you. So cut the cords of emotion that held on, that made you hold on to this junk. And look at what else you got coming. I mean, the cloud behind her kind of looks a little bit like popcorn. So I don't know why they made me look at that. I thought it was pentacles at first. But it's not. Why would there be pentacles on the Queen of Swords card? But now I see popcorn, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just hungry. But yeah, so she's here to say, smarten up. You don't need it. You never needed it. You just held on to it because you liked it. It was already dead. It was killing you. It poked you 101 times. Look, there's even these red berries. Aren't the holly berries like poisonous or something? I don't know. Maybe, but this to me, these berries in the middle of all these flowers looks like poison. So think about it that way. You were holding on to this shit. It was killing you. Spirit had to come in with their sword. And this lady here had to come in with her sword and start hacking up all those poisonous berries and make room for this shit that's not even there yet. It's not even here yet. And you're crying over the shit that was already dead or killing you. That doesn't seem logical, and the Queen of Swords is about logic. But check this out. Check it. The third card that comes out, up, out, whatever, wherever it is. Fertility. Now, before anybody panics, I mean, it could mean babies. It could. So if somebody's been trying and working on that and whatever, she's telling you, hold on. Cut the expectations, just, let it alone, let go and let spirit. And then boom, here's the baby. But for those of you and us that are not on the baby track, this is about the birth of new ideas, the birth of a new life. Like, you're doing a life makeover. Changing your whole life, a new job, a new relationship, I'm hearing partnership. So even just a partnership, maybe a business partnership or like a hobby. I don't know, like you and your best friend got this great idea and you're going to go for it. Whatever it is, right? This is new. This is new coming. We're here. In the traditional tarot, this card is the Empress. And that's why this card says fertility, because in almost all, I believe, traditional tarot decks, the Empress card shows a pregnant woman. So that's why they call this card the fertility card in this deck, because they've kind of renamed it. But the traditional tarot interpretation of this card is the Empress. So the Empress is also the embodiment of all four queens. The Queen of Swords, which we already know, she's logic, strength, and independence. The Queen of Cups, she's abundant with love for herself, love for her people, love for everything. The Queen of Wands, I can't remember what she's about. And the Queen of Pentacles, I mean, she got that bag right. She's got the bag right. So money bags, she has. excuse me. So the Empress is all about the embodiment of all four of those, because who's higher than a queen? Yeah, an Empress. And in tarot especially, that's as high as you get. Well, no, I shouldn't say that, because then we got the High Priestess. I feel like there's another one. But anyway, whatever. You guys get what I'm saying though, right? Like, we've leveled up. We're leveling up. So this crap, this bullshit that got snatched, chopped and snatched, this Queen of Hearts here off with her head. I mean, she's not Queen of Hearts, she's Queen of Swords. But you know what I'm saying? She's like this. She's telling me straight up, off with their heads. Off with all of their heads. Mummify that shit and bury it. Off with the heads. We're done. Because you're leveling up. You're fitting to level up with the birth and rebirth of your life, your purpose, your goals, your dreams. You are most certainly on the level up track. And that is amazing. I love it. This is why, excuse me, this is why I was so excited to read this stack. Passion and work and reaping what you've worked for. Yes! Right? So, I mean, they're all hard workers, but the Queen of Wands is like the worker bee. The queen bee. You know what I mean? Not Queen Bee, Queen Bee. And getting it done. And she's passionate about it. Like, she's passionate about her work, her purpose, her ambitions, her goals, her draw. Like, she's just rawr. She's like a lioness. Why do I want to say that wands are fire signs, which would be the Leo, the lion? I'll have to double check that. But that's what I think that is too. So there's a reason I said she's a lioness. Because she is. All right. So let go. Stop stressing about it. She did it. But she did it for a reason. Because you're about to level up. That's stack number 2. Ah, perfect. Thanks, Rachel. That's stack number 2, which was the purple one. Now, if you guys are still with me, I got stack number 3. Excuse me, which is the blue stone. I want to say this is sodalite, because I think sodalite is the one with the white lines in it. Maybe I'm allergic to incense or something. Like, I feel like it always makes my throat really dry. I am also talking a lot. So, you know, there's that. Okay, stack number 3. Blue stone, sodalite. All right, you guys. Spirit is not playing with you. And that may be why, when we read through this message, you may understand why some of you, particularly my brother and my sister, felt pulled sort of between stack 2 and stack 3. This is why. Card number 1 for this one is the 10 of Wands. This is all about burdens and oppression. It is time to let these burdens go. These things that actually burden you. You know, there's the grind, there's life, yes. But there are some things that we are holding on to that are completely unnecessary. And it is time. It is time, it is time, it is time to let that shit go. And if you aren't getting it, Spirit threw the crossroads up at you. Crossroads are always, always, always a spiritual thing. But here's the beauty of the crossroads. You know, just visually speaking, you've got 4 choices. You've got 4 choices. You can turn around and come back where you came, you know, go back where you came from. You can keep moving straight dead ahead. You can swing left or you can swing right. You have 4 choices. That in itself, my dear friends, is a blessing. It is. It's a blessing. So even though the burden of having to make a decision can get overwhelming if you start looking at it like the blessing that it is. You have choices. Some people are on the same straight, narrow Saskatchewan road that they've been on their entire lives, and they will die on that road. Now, that is in itself also a choice, because we can make these opportunities for ourselves if we try. But some people don't have this. Some people don't see this. They don't come to the crossroads. You guys who are feeling pulled to this stack, and maybe a little bit of all of us, we have choices. And we have a lot of choices. This isn't one or two. This is 4 choices. But Spirit is also here to say, it's time though. You can't stand in these crossroads forever. Because you stand long enough in the crossroads, you will meet the devil. So, get the hell moving. Movement, choices, decisions. Make your decision. And I think I've pulled this card before. And when we look at his options, he can take the money. He can take the love. He can take the, business success. He can take spiritual enlightenment and freedom. Is any one of those wrong? Nope. And here's the thing. It's the same with this. None of these is wrong. Even turning back and going the other way. Going back the way you came. It's not wrong. Whatever you're feeling pulled to do is the right decision. That is Spirit, right? Remember when I talked about this Coffin card in the other stack and we're missing the signs? And so Spirit has to step in. When you're feeling pulled to make a decision and it's hard and it's uncomfortable, 2 things. Number 1, that is straight up Spirit being all like, hey, let's do this. Let's roll with it. But number 2, it's almost a surefire sign that whatever decision you make is going to be the right one. Because Spirit always gives you what you need just when you're about to quit. Like, hey, I don't want to make this decision. I'm out. I'm just going to sit right here. I'm going to pitch my tent right here. I'm going to build my house right here. And that's it. I just live at the crossroads. And Spirit's like, you sure you want to do that? So whatever decision we make is the right decision. It's the right decision for that time. Now, does that mean we'll never get to see what was on behind door number 2 or 3 and 4? No. Chances are they all end up being behind all of the doors. It's just the steps you take, which order you're getting them in. You see what I'm saying? Like the money, the partnership, the business success, the spiritual enlightenment and freedom. If you're standing at this hallway of doors, if you're standing, where'd they go? At the crossroads, Spirit's just giving you the choice of which one to pick first. They're already yours. You're already going to get them. You're really, the decision you're making is, which one do I get first? Do I get the left road? Do I get door number 1? Do I get the right road? Door number 2? Do I go straight ahead? Door number 3? Do I turn around and go back the other way? Door number 4. But eventually, we do a full circle and hit all this shit. Is it meant to be ours long term, forever and ever, amen? Nope. No. We might get there and go, oh, door number 1 was not the door. But you tried it. There was a lesson in it. You needed to learn it. You needed to see it. To know that you didn't like it. Right? It's like when your mom pleads and begs with you to eat your broccoli and you're like, I don't like it. And your mom's like, you've never even eaten it before. How do you know you don't like it? I don't know, it looks funny and it smells bad. Okay. but it might taste amazing. You don't know until you've tried it. Just try it once. And then you end up loving broccoli. Or you like, oh, I want that broccoli. I want that. You try it and you're like, not for me. But you don't know that it's not for you until you try it. And that's the point. Spirit won't give us what's not for us. They won't bring us to a crossroads and be like, but one of these is the road to hell. So be careful not to pick that one. They're not, Spirit doesn't lead us there. Not a chance. I mean, if you believe in hell. I'm just saying, Spirit's not going to lead us somewhere that we're not supposed to be. They're going to lead us to the places where you can take the easy road to get all of the things, or you can kind of hit them all individually, on these hard roads. That's your choice. That's your free will. But come hell or high water, you're getting the right? You're getting the professional success. You're getting the successful partnership, relationship. You're getting the money. And because you got us, you're already in with the spiritual stuff. Just keep it moving, keep it flowing, keep it good. Right? So stop hesitating, you guys. That's really the message here. Stop hesitating. When you are presented with a choice, understand that in any situation, there is no wrong choice. The only difference is that some get you to where you're supposed to be faster. Some make you do another lap around the track first. That's it. But if you felt that pull to be somewhere or you felt a pull and it ended up you having to make a decision, that is 100% where you were supposed to be, and Spirit got you there. Spirit helped get you there. Because you got yourself there too. You got to give yourself the credit as well. But Spirit helped you get there. Now, if you weren't ever supposed to be there, that's when this coffin moment happens. And they're like, hey, you're running to catch that bus. Well, now you're going to fall and break your damn leg. Sorry, bad juju. But you get what I'm trying to say? Like, you're trying to run and catch the wrong damn bus. That's going to lead you exactly where you don't want to be. And Spirit don't want you to be there. You best believe. And I told you, it's going to be painful and uncomfortable. A busted leg, sure enough is. Sure enough is. Right? But that's how Spirit works. They had to course correct that. Because, hey, this uptown bus, you don't belong uptown. You're going downtown. Don't get on that bus. So have more faith in your connection with Spirit. And if you don't feel that you have a good connection with Spirit, well, then let's work on that. Let's work on the connection with Spirit so that when you get to this place, maybe you feel like you're like, how come I don't get any choices? I don't have any doors. I got nothing. I'm on the Saskatchewan Prairie Road. And that's all I see in front of me for miles and miles, forever and ever, amen. That's telling you that you're not working with Spirit to make it better. That's what I'm saying. They will bust that shit all the way up if you're getting on the uptown bus when you're supposed to be going downtown. They'll make you trip as you're like trying to dig for change and take the step up on the platform. They will trust and believe they will sure as hell do that. Or you end up on the flippin' speed bus. The bus from the movie Speed. And you're that bitch who's trying to get off and they blew her ass right out the bus. You're that chick. That's how Spirit don't play. Especially if they're like, no, you couldn't find your change. And the bus driver's like, are you getting on or getting off, lady? And people are yelling, come on, we got places to go. Blah, 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 And then Spirit's all like, at any of those points, you could have said, I'll just catch the next one because I got to get my money right. They were trying, they were working with you, and you didn't listen. You made that job wait. Sorry, I'm reading your comment, Bernice. You made that bus driver wait. You made the people on the bus pissed off. You finally found the last quarter or nickel or whatever it was you needed to get your bus fare, right? And as you take that step, you think you're all aligned. Spirit goes, nope, that curb is a little farther than I thought. Slipped, busted ankle. Bus is like, bye. And I told you shouldn't have got on this bus. that's that uncomfortable movement spirit makes when you're not listening. So get yourself to this point where spirit presents you with 4. I mean, I know there's 5 doors here, but I don't know what's going on door number 5. So I'm leaving that one alone, and we're just going to deal with the 4 that show the options, right? When you find if you want to be in the hall of doors, you got to get right with spirit. You got to keep your chakras in alignment, keep your energies flowing and blowing like they should, flowing and glowing. See what I did there? You got to keep that stuff happening. And that is certainly something I can help you with. You have to, give spirit a break and voluntarily cut that shit. Be the Alice in Wonderland, off with her heads, Queen of Swords. Off with their heads, off with their... You be her. Be her and just start chopping. Weed the garden. Get rid of these poisonous berries. See, they're so secret. And meanwhile, you don't know that if you touch them, you die. So start chopping. Don't even look. Leave this unbloomed one. Leave that one and see what that one does for you, right? Give spirit a break. You do the chopping so that it's not uncomfortable and you're throwing funerals and, amazing gracing to death. Cut and run, because your level up is coming. And the level up could be spirit going, oh, well, you laid down your burdens, did you? Okay. You unblocked your chakras, did you? Okay. You killed off some shit that wasn't serving you. Okay. Well, guess what? Choices, 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 and none of them are wrong. None of them are wrong. None of them are wrong. I don't know why I just got a burst of energy. But that's it. That's the message. And I think all 3 of these stacks kind of apply to all of us, especially for the time that we're in right now. Brand new year, new vibes, new everything. Let's chop, cut, run. Let's get the hell out of here, man. Let's ditch that shit of 2020 that was not serving us, right? 2020. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Ditch the 2020 bullshit. And it's not just 2020. I mean, it's fresh. It's, it's current. So that's what we're talking about. But let's be real here. We were doing some shit in 2019, 2010, depending on your age, 2000. And we're still schlepping those bad decisions around. You know what I'm saying? So let's chop it all off. Get rid of all of it. So we end up in a hall of doors that can't, the wrong one doesn't exist. We end up at a crossroads that leads us all good places. Let's do it. Let's do it. Like the berries at the end of... I haven't seen Hunger Games. I know I'm probably going to get murdered for that, but I haven't seen it. Second. Yes, Bernice, yes, exactly. If that wasn't spirit, I mean, they straight up just pushed you. They just pushed you and they were like, oh, you still want to go to this job that is not good for you? Mm-hmm. Only to stay in a situation that's not good for you? Okay. Okay. Oh, you want to park across the street and walk to the building? In a heavy frost storm? All right. Well, you chose that. You got free will. You can do, we're not telling you not to, but there's consequences if you do. And look what happened. Oh, busted ankle. I'm telling you. Same thing with my mother. The job she was at was not it. It had run its course, but you stay, you're complacent, you like where you're at. For the most part, you like your coworkers. You're like, I can't go just be hopping from job to job at a certain age. Did unbust her ankle too. Spirit was like, now will you listen? Will you listen now? And she listened. Well, kind of. Some of us. And the day I went for the... What? I don't remember the day you went for the interview. What happened that day? I don't remember that. But the point is, I was wearing a wrap dress. Oh no. See? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Because we laugh off so many things. So many things is, oh, what, I'm so stupid. Why did that happen? Or whatever it is. We laugh that shit off. But look at this. Look at what my sister has just said. Going for the interview at this job, wearing a wrap dress, and it unwrapped itself while she was waiting to be called in for this interview. How can that not be Spirit saying, get the hell out of here? You are naked in front of strangers. Is this seriously what you want us to do? Don't do this. And she missed it, clearly, because she accepted the job. And as you've now seen, her second day on the job, she was walking. Sorry, I'm opening your files, my sister. She was walking from her car in the parking lot, which was across the street. She had to walk across a double crosswalk, and it had chilled significantly that night and that morning, early that morning. So literally the sidewalk was full of like ice. And she slipped, and like when she sent me the picture, you guys, those of you who know me know that I have a strong or weak gag reflex, whatever it is. Blood and guts, seeing it doesn't really affect me. Now, smelling it or like hearing things, hearing bones cracking and stuff, I can't deal with that. That, you're going to get me gagging. My sister sent me the picture of her ankle, of her foot. Her leg was pointed this way, right? So these are her toes. This is what it should look like, right? Here's my knee up here, leg going that way. Her leg is pointed this way. Her foot is this way. Walking to her second day of this job that Spirit already tried to stop her with the wrap dress incident, busted ankle. We have to start getting better at listening and communicating with Spirit, seeing the signs that they're showing us and giving us. Right? And then you got knocked up. On top of all that, then you got knocked up. To take mat leave just to get, yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. So you see, this is such a, now she deals with pins and plates in her ankle. So when the weather drops, when the temperature drops, I'm constantly, and not that I'm saying I mind, because I don't, but I am constantly, literally constantly doing Reiki on her ankle to help with the pain. There's long-term, this is the thing, you guys, when we don't listen, there can be long-term coffin. There can be long-term effects when we don't listen, when we miss the signs from Spirit. Yeah. Not really sorry you got pregnant, because my nephew is incredible. But all the rest of it, though, dude, seriously. So, yeah. my hair is doing all kinds of stupid shit right now. I'm not feeling it. I need to pin it or something. But yeah, you guys, that is the message. I feel like the real message for absolutely all of us. If you don't want spirit consequences, start listening. Start acting right. Because if they have to step in, it's not pretty. It is not pretty. And nobody wants the not pretty. Because it's real not pretty. And it's long-term consequences and effects. So, that is all I have for you guys for this week. Thank you as always for being here with me, for interacting, sharing your stories. Yes, thank you, Bernice, for sharing your story with the group. I hope that this new year brings us all the very, very best of everything we want and dream about. I hope that we get to work together more. And I hope you guys make great choices and be very, very safe and know that you are loved. So I will say goodnight to you guys. And I will see you all next week. Until we meet again, be well. Bye.